Hello everyone, and welcome to this pick a card with the theme what transformation or transformations is this super full moon in Taurus. Hope I'm saying that right. Taurus? No, it's Taurus, right? In Taurus bringing you. So if you already know which pile you're drawn to or piles, feel free to just follow the timestamps straight into them. I'm gonna just say a bit about this Taurus full moon before we jump into it and give you guys more time to look at the cards. So take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And feel yourself really connecting to your body. This full moon in Taurus. Taurus is all about bodily pleasures, security, financial security and partnership, comfort, pleasure, pampering yourself, and feeling worthy of your heart desires. So typical themes that will come up now or will be enhanced is like either a closure and ending to something, which leads to a new beginning, and manifestations. So yeah, and it's also this like power to, it's also because it's a super moon and how it's astrologically, how it's positioned, depending on the rest of the zodiac for us, it might also highlight things that have been hidden until now, show us the truth of something that we haven't wanted to or haven't been able to see the truth of yet. And also another interesting thing is that now we have a full moon in Taurus. However, the last new moon we had in Taurus was the 8th of May, so about half a year ago. And that half a year has been a really, 6-month cycle for a lot of us. And also it being a new moon, what's interesting is to look back, either if you're into journaling or you do like new moon, full moon, intention, manifestation work, or maybe you just, even if you just think back and you look at the calendar, you remember what was going on in your life around that date, around the 8th of May, or maybe around some decisions you took or something you really, cared about, something you were working towards, trying to manifest. I know for myself that it was both, ironically, also looking at the calendar. It was on the date, really, the death of something, the end of something for me, on several ways. And it was also a time where I was really focused on creating something new. And I basically took up all my roots and moved to another country across the sea. So so a lot of interesting things also personally happened then. And then I know this half a year really with with the Pluto position the way it has been, and with the different retrogrades that we all have gone through and felt in different ways, it has highlighted so many shadow aspects, and had me, and I know also clients I worked with and friends, had us work through like deep-seated childhood traumas, past life traumas that we already had been working on. But then it's like everything just been speeded up, and it's just come to this point where we're getting so used to, I think, luckily though, it feels like things are happening so much quicker now, so that even when things come up, when triggers come up, and you know, or forced to go. It feels like that kind of 3 steps forward, or 1 step forward, 3 steps back, like all the time swinging back and forward. So that was, yeah, that was a bit about that. And looking forward to seeing you in your readings, and wishing you all the best on the rest of this year for now. Hello there, pile one with this card called Feast of Plenty, number 20, and choices and their consequences. I mean, I frankly, just from the energy of this card, I don't think you could have chosen a more fitting card for Taurus and for full moon in Taurus. Because really this card, as well as, I mean, Taurus is kind of the second zodiac sign as well, but it speaks of abundance of choices, of the card just in itself. We're going to see what the rest of the reading speaks about, but the card itself just speaks about getting to a place where it's not about not having anything, it's about having so much, and you know, like in just so much abundance of either interesting work offers or just in anything. It could be, yeah, it could be a total it could be in your whole life, or it could be in one specific direction, but it speaks of feast of plenty, of having so much that the actual challenge is to choose. And it also speaks about and kind of warns about you know, the devil is in not choosing. It speaks about daring to take a choice, because it's always better to take a choice than to not take a choice if you're in a position where it's hard to choose. And also to make sure you don't do the same thing. Like if it's hard to choose, at least make sure that you don't take the same choice that you've been taking over and over. And you know, if you already find yourself in a position you don't want to be in, make sure that you do what you can to change that and to take a new direction. But really, first and foremost, it is a really, yeah, it speaks of abundance of opportunities coming your way. And it's gorgeous and luscious, and yeah, it's a bee here, the crystal, knives, and this is like, I guess it's kind of like a globe, but it kind of looked like a moon to me today. It's a lot happening in this card. Feathers. Okay, so sorry, just a second. So what breakthroughs are coming to pile one during the supermoon? Spirit, source, breakthroughs are coming to pile one. Breakthroughs are coming, pile one. This one, this. Breakthrough during this full moon for pile one source. This one. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what we have here. Oh, the fox. Oh, he's or he or she is smart at making their choices. And then we have just gonna see the rest of your cards here as well. New love. You are unique. Oh, look at those gorgeous colors. Sad embrace. Making a choice. Can you see this in the... It's gonna... I'm just gonna adjust the camera a bit. Yeah, I think that's better, hopefully. You still see that? Okay, I feel like I want one. Well, we're gonna draw some tarot as well. Right off the bat here, though, it's off the bat. It speaks about, with the fox here for me, who's such an intuitive, you know, it's easy to say the fox is cunning, but really they're also so cute and smart and sassy. And again, with the you are unique and a little crazy, it's like dare to show your foxiness and your sassiness. And you know, they're doing in their way the best, finding the best way for them to survive. So let's see how that fits into the rest here. You love, sad embrace, wishing well. I think that for maybe not all of you, but for some of you, I don't know if you heard my intro, but half a year ago, around the 8th of May, when we had the new moon in Taurus, or it could have been between then and now, you have gone through some heartache, some sadness. You might still be going through it. The way I see it here is that it's something you went through, and you've been wishing to come into this abundance of love in yourself and around you, wishing to manifest either a new partnership or generally wishing to manifest more stability and just a better life for yourself. And it's also speaking to me of how you've been in this, or how you come to this making a choice moment. It might have felt like it's a choice that's been hard to make, but something's gonna enter your life now that makes that pretty clear for you. I don't know exactly what here told me that. It's just what I'm kind of hearing. Sacred pool. Sacred pool speaks about really tapping into yourself. If it's hard to make a choice, tap into stillness, listen to yourself. Use a guided meditation if you need to find that space. Yeah, because it's already, one way or another, it's already happening for you. It's all about opening up to that change that you've been wishing for. And it's gonna demand of you that you are a bit this new with this full moon, this like new opportunities that are coming, new breakthrough. It's gonna demand that you are a bit brave, like it says here. Like you are brave, a little crazy, be yourself. Brave in the way of really daring to show the surroundings who you really are. Brave as daring to go out on a thin ice, metaphorically speaking, if it if you know that that path leads you towards what you want. Yeah, okay. So can we get some more information about the breakthroughs coming for pile number 1 during this full moon? What breakthroughs are coming for pile number 1? Why I have that. I feel like I have way less space than I usually have here. I need to get smaller tarot cards. Something like that. How do I want these cards to be? I find myself tapping even more into the details of like, no, I want it to be this or like that, or and you know, usually things are quite synchronized with readings, so it might be that that's a part of this feast of plenty or making a choice, that you're getting tested all the time now, if you're able to stick to your intuition, or if you find yourself really leaning into that Taurus quality, which one of them, it could be Virgo too, but one of the Taurus qualities is actually to be, you know, very materialistically stubborn or materialistically just knowing how you want things, and you know, caring a lot about it. I say that like it's a bad thing. It's not. It's really good. I just don't want the cards to be like this. That's I think that's, it's not the first reading like that, but it's definitely a long time since this card was really well shuffled before I started, and it gave me 4 Wands cards, which first of all just speaks about this major transformation you're in. Like it's all fire cards. Transformation and yeah, really fiery, quick energy. And then I'm still gonna draw a bit more here because I'm not fully sure yet if this is you. The way I see it right now, whether you're a female or a masculine, I see this King of Wands as you, I want to say finally sitting abundant, secure on your throne. And with secure, I mean like, yeah, he just looks so, you know, what do you call it in English? He just looks so in his own place, like he's just owning his own person. And here is kind of more relaxed. I see the position that you've been in though, after having gone through, well, we don't see much about it here, but after having gone through, well, a war zone, after having gone through a lot of battles, to get to where we are now, you are showing up a bit wounded and tired and defensive. um, Again, I feel that's speaking of where you're coming from, and kind of where you felt like you, and for some of you even, I know I had months like that where I had to be in that push forward fight energy where, you know, I might feel like I'm coming out of it half limping, but it still is the right path. But it's easy if we stay in that for too long, that fiery, young, pushy energy. It's also easy to almost, it becomes a part of us, and it's easy to go in this defensive stance even when we don't need to be there anymore, even when we could just put those down and open our arms, or, you know, make a bonfire out of all of those spears. So yeah, that's the energy you're coming from. And I think it's beautiful that it's over this, like, you are unique, be brave, a little crazy, because you are beautiful like this as well. It's, you know, don't feel like you have to hide your wounds or your tiredness, your struggles. That's totally okay. It should be okay. But you are transforming your, one way or another. You are gonna have a breakthrough now, and that breakthrough are gonna put you in this seat of the King of Wands or Queen of Wands, but still that feeling of feeling really empowered, feeling like you're, you know, you're anchored into your own core, and you know what you want, you're creative, you're burning for something. The King and the Queen of Wands are really purposeful, fiery, creative energy. And with the Eight of Wands and the Six of Wands, I mean, Eight of Wands is seeing your target, as in your wish or your dream, and in this particular deck also throwing the spear at it. But like, it's, you held your vision through a lot of stuff, and even the times you felt like you might have forgotten what you were fighting for, unconsciously you sent it out to the universe, and it's been there as a part of your journey. And now the breakthrough are coming, with the Six of Wands, which is this victorious card, victorious. And in this deck it's beautiful. It's like a battle have been won, and the chieftain and his, you know, soldiers they kind of look like druids here, are coming back from the battle. Oh, I'm holding it under, sorry. Are coming back from the battle. He's having a hawk here for a higher vision. You held that higher vision. You've been smart, cunning in the right way with your choices, following your gut, following your instinct. Sometimes maybe even having to make choices that hurt you because you knew it hurt, because it wasn't what the people around you wanted you to do. From what I've seen though, you still been able to shed and release yourself from those old beliefs, and the, you know, the almost the restrictions from people around you. And you are having a breakthrough moment coming towards you right now, or in your life right now, you know. Okay, so let me see pile number 1. I want to ask more about this breakthrough. Can you tell us more about what's this breakthrough for pile number 1 about? Oh no. Oh. That's so amateur. I had another deck in my lap, and half of it fell on the ground, so that's the noise you heard. I'm not gonna use all of those for you guys. Oh. The deck that fell on the ground was the tarot deck, the Druid tarot deck that I already was using, but I was really shuffling this other deck. However, this one really called out to me, laying there on the floor, this Rebel High Priest. I love this version of the High Priest compared to the typical papist looking ones. Those two have a bit of the same energy, just this one is a bit more like even more of a spirit warrior, I feel. It's like a mix of, yeah, he's a free spirit / tapped into his own unique magic. I feel like the High Priest here is like, you have kind of the tarot decks, you have the Magician, the King of Wands, and the High Priest just merge into one person here. And then the crown he's sitting on is perfect for Taurus, right? It's not the moon though, it's the sun that is doing the kind of like a Taurus sign there. So, wow, you guys. Might be that it's a bit of a masculine energy going on here. Might be that there's several men who's watching it, and it might also be that for the females of you watching this, if your wish and your heartbreak was around a relationship, that this is describing a potential counterpart who's already, from how it seems, having an eye on you without sounding too creepy. It's quite intense there. Okay, other cards we have is Two of Earth, again the choices, Seven of Air, choices. Oh, you can't even see those cards. I'm so sorry. See that? What are... Get some more info about this breakthrough for pile one. What's the breakthrough for? I'm scanning. Okay, now I'm starting to see a bit more. Some specific information about the breakthroughs that are coming to pile one. Ooh la la. Okay, my friends. Oh, and you can see them. It's like I'm putting the cards now thinking they show, and then they don't. Little foxy up here. Not used to, since I haven't done these tarot readings. I mean, I've been doing tarot readings for years, but I haven't done them on filming them for that long. So if I seem a bit clumsy with where to put the cards, it's basically because I'm learning what shows up on the camera and not. And the iPad is, the camera is placed a bit behind me, so that's why. mixing the cards, but I just want them to do like that. Still, you won't be able to see what I'm trying to show you here, so I'll hold them up. With the Two of Earth here, it kind of just further explains how you felt one way or another. It's been a choice that's been hard to make. And sorry, I just have to see this one. Also, the Seven of Air speaks about the same, just in a more mental way. Earth is a more like, it's a physical, either a physical choice in direction or regarding money, possessions. While Seven of Earth is again a bit, it's not fully the Feast of Plenty, but in this card for me it's a bit like speaking of having almost like a console in your head. Lots of ideas, just not fully sure what to do with it. And then also with this dose coming here, it's a bit again that kind of love energy. So up until now, and that's what's going to bring you the breakthrough, is that you've been really good at either you've been just put in positions that helped you do it, or you consciously been burning through old karma contracts from this life, past lives, like really ending things, saying no to things that are no longer good for you, cutting out people in your life that are no longer good to you, healing past life, this life traumas. It's like she's just burning up all the contracts as no longer fits her, transforming them. It's also a card that speaks about a feeling of freedom coming, a feeling of freedom from past restrictions. And with the Messenger of Air being the next card, that's also, again, when I ask what breakthroughs are coming to you, it's something that's gonna come through as a physical breakthrough, as something changing physically in you or in your surroundings, or a person physically showing up, with news of something. The next cards was, I'm just gonna do like this. Excitingly enough, Queen of Water and Two of Water, Two of Cups. So for the ones that this is speaking about as some sort of breakthrough in your relationship, that could be with a friend, but also in your love relationships. With Queen of Water and Two of Cups, I feel like if you're a female watching this, there is a new masculine turning up in your life. It's gonna shake your ground a bit, and you are gonna feel like you are in that feast of plenty when you guys are getting to know each other, where it even might feel like it scares you a bit. It might make you want to take a step back, because it's like hard to understand that things can feel that good, that overwhelming and abundant. And yeah, if you're a person who experienced a lot of the opposite, it might feel hard to trust that. Nine of Earth as well is a confirmation of a true wish, like In the intro, I spoke a bit about this full moon and how it has especially being a super full moon, the potential of bringing and again, Taurus kind of themes, bringing your true heart wishes up to the surface, or just bringing them into your life. With Nine of Earth, it really speaks about a true heart wish coming true, coming now. It's almost this full moon in the background, and I always felt, especially in this deck, the whole Messenger of Earth, the whole Pentacle Earth part, all the cards with the Earth signs is really Taurus themed, Earth themed. Yeah, I feel like that's it. I just want to draw one more card for the ones where this is not about a relationship. Can we have a card explaining, like, what is this breakthrough about? Okay, yeah. So I'd say for all of you, actually, even if it is about the love relationship, this breakthrough, and the most important part of the breakthrough coming to you now, is that you're fully breaking free of the ruins of the past. You're fully breaking free of those old soul karma contracts, limitations, childhood, both triggers and traumas that's been holding you stuck, making you do the same, unconsciously take the same choices or attract the same people, and basically living a life where you're not feeling fulfilled. So that's the breakthrough and the blessing coming to you now, that you are finally fully breaking free, and you're gonna feel yourself living your life in the present moment, alive and free. And the important thing to remember is that a good sign of that happening for you is when you actually have no idea you might be in a job where you're gonna go to the job the next day, or you're gonna take your kids to school the next day, but still, if you find yourself in a position where you actually feel like, compared to before, you have no idea what's gonna happen next, or you have no idea what's kind of what's around the next turn, that's actually a great sign that you have been breaking free of those ruins. And it is a good sign if you're starting to feel a bit fear around it, because that's just you walking out of your comfort zone. That's the only way to start to create that new life. Wishing well here as well. Okay. Pile number one. I'm excited for you, and please let me know in the comments box. I'd love to hear if any of this is synchronistic or rings true to you. And lots of warm wishes from me. Bye. Hello, pile number two, and welcome to your reading. You picked this beautiful card called Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom, and then this big full moon in the background. Card number 34, which breaks down to 7, which is a perfect number for this, because numerology wise I see 7 as the spiritual path number, and the number of the seeker, of going in, and Lay of the Land right off the bat, without having drawn any more cards, speaks of tapping into your ancestral wisdom, and following a path that already has been walked in a way by. It could be that you're called to walk the path of a priestess, or learn skills that you've done in previous lifetimes, or that people in your lineage have done before you. What I also see is that it's, as much as it's about the past knowledge, it's also about you having learned through your journey until now, through your life. You have mastered and learned the way of the land. You have acquired the street smartness and the knowledge to move forward. I also see it as a card of celebration in the way, and embracing all parts of you and that ancestral wisdom. With the corn, kind of looks like the corn circles here, it also speaks about ancestral wisdom as not only something on this earthly plane, but a wisdom that goes deeper and beyond that, cosmic wisdom. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a few oracle cards for you. So what transformation is this full moon bringing to pile 2 for this one? Transformation. Sorry, I just had to check something quickly. I realized I said transformation. What really is our theme is what breakthroughs are coming. It's quite familiar though, yet I guess we're get an answer to both the transformation and the breakthroughs. Breakthroughs are coming to pile 2. Oh, that's so synchronistic. Feel the power of your blood. Sorry, I'm a bit out of it with a cold, so my voice keeps changing. Feel the power of your blood and your ancestors. You are not alone. I mean, ancestral wisdom. Oh, I love this. And into the unknown. Oh, and the wolf and this moon, you guys, although it is a Taurus moon, it's considered the wolf moon. So that's also really synchronistic to me. And also, I'd say if you want a power animal or medicine animal to follow you on this path, an animal that really knows the lay of the land, that would be the wolf. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at him or her. And yeah, their intuition, their care and gentleness, which is a lot of people don't know about, and they have so many of the abilities that the dog, but also mixed with that wilderness and a deeper, they're deeper anchored into following their intuition, and also knowing that this card, together with the lay of the land, speaks about that kind of journey that you either might be undertaking within or without, where you are asked to also trust your wilderness trust your inner wild woman or wild man. And you know, to be, I think it was in pile 1, it was a card speaking of like, you know, be you, be a little crazy, and be authentically you. It's that sometimes we need to really tap into that, to that spirit. Yeah, I'll come back to that. But that's together with the feel the power of your ancestors. It's yeah, it already synchronizes really well into the unknown. Might be that you need to use the tap into the wolf medicine here to walk fully into the unknown on this ancestral path. Then we have manifestation. Yeah, manifestation, and from this same card deck, it's the compass, the golden compass. The card deck is called that as well, and the talisman. They've been my way showers a lot of times, yeah, the golden compass speaks about the power of intuition and sorry, I'm just gonna have a bit of tea. The power of intuition, and you having somewhere deep inside you having your own compass, your own inner north, your own truth, and having the ability to follow that and to listen to it and trust it. And the talisman, yeah, they're quite a pair. The talisman speaks about pretty much the same way, but even more as if you're already on this journey, where it's saying that if you feel unsure about your next step, or if you feel like you're not guided enough, it's just you not being aware of it, because the science is all around you. And you can ask as well, ask for, if you like to work with dragons, ask for the dragons to come into your meditation or energy-wise to show you the way, to clear a path for you. Ask the wolf to do the same. And this person, she's stepping on the arrow, it's pointing the way, she's already pointed, and she has her pendle here. Also with one foot, it's the yin and yang. For some reason she has one foot tapped into yin here, and I haven't really paid attention to that before, but the way I see it right now is that moving forward on the journey, which you already are, again, this might be an inward journey as well, that's in itself is a young energy, the movement. So what's required of you when you don't know which direction to take or which choice to make now, or if you're in between different paths to choose of learning, it might be that several paths are calling you, or you're interested in, like you're seeking a teacher, a shaman, or you know, like some sort of wisdom teacher, and there's several there that's that you feel drawn to. So to really know which, sometimes you might want to go on several paths, but to know which path to choose right now, you are advised to step into your inner feminine, into your inner wisdom, and to trust the guidance that you get there. It's also looking like you might have been feeling that you're walking this path for some while quite alone, like a lone wolf or a lone person, but into the unknown. But at the same time, doing it purposefully, knowing that this is your way most of the time. And Spirit is saying here to trust that people, your pack will come. It's a part of your journey. But first, now you've been really tapping into how it is to walk your own path, listen to your own compass, and learn and gather that soul wisdom and ancestral wisdom on your own for a while, so that you don't get like what you call it, sidetracked, sidebarred, no, so that you don't lose focus or just get confused with other people's opinions. Sometimes we really need that solitude to actually realize who we are, and realize our strength. And with manifestation, and with the question being, what breakthroughs are this full moon bringing you? There's clearly some sort of manifestation coming here around that, around you having learned the lay of the land and stepping into your inner wisdom. Let's draw some more cards. Also, the cold I have makes my voice be a bit on and off, but also I noticed with pile number 2 now, it got way more hoarse kind of voice. So there might be that it's something to look into in your throat chakra. Let me just feel a bit into it. Speaking your wild, authentic truth. And wild, not as in walking around being an asshole, but speaking your truth with authority, whether you're male or a female, speaking with that alpha voice. So what more can you tell us about sort of manifestations coming into? Oh my. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, this is again, it's more confirming what we already had on the table, I feel, but it's telling a bit more of the story. With the empty well, might be that some of you need to replenish and take more care of your physical body, sleep more, but also this is telling me a bit of the story of what you've been through during now I'm just gonna call it lay of the land, but the path you've been on has drained you and drained your resources at times, and made you feel, when you're at those most tired, drained moments, it made you doubt yourself, doubt your path. So that's more of the past and what you're coming from. So a part of the manifestation that is coming for you is coming because you have learned to start to trust, in this card, the strangers, like this gorgeous mix of a man and a fairy. But the stranger speaks of the unknown. It speaks of the void energy. It speaks of what we don't yet know what is. We just sense it. So it's a lot of the times it's easier for us to try to perceive it with what we already know, and in doing that and trying to, either when it's with the person, but also when it's just with our journey, with our lives, when we keep trying to to read the book from the same language, or to see the world with the same glasses, and then actually to be able to see that layer of it, you need to have a mindset where where you're embracing and are open to the fact that there's so much in our lives that we have no idea how it works, or there's so much magic around us that we not yet know about. This also is a bit synchronistic here now. And even in yourself, so on this lay of the land, this journey that you've been called to go on and to stay on. I don't know if you can see this female person in the water here. But it's like there's magic being created between the two and around, and having been guided to and learned more fully to trust the unknown, what you don't see, to trust your instinct, your senses, and even beyond your senses, and connect to spirit. That's what's bringing in this manifestation now. Will of the wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. It might have been what's coming in for you now is something that you've been wishing for a really, really long time. And also I think for a lot of you, you feel like you've been working hard on it and trying to manifest it. The reason it haven't worked before now is that this last path that you've been on, things happening in your life and the choices you made have taken you into this, I almost want to say realm, but into this way of life where you have been embracing more and more of the shadow, of the hidden, more of your own, the stranger part of yourself. And that's what's thinning, that's what's making the veils go thinner and making you see what you haven't seen before, the treasure hidden in the shadows. Some more here. So basically this treasure, this manifestation is coming in due to you doing some deep shadow work here. I actually feel like reading on this card as well. I haven't seen it that much. 62. It's 8. Abundance. And the butterflies. It's gorgeous. Will of the wisp hovers in her luminescent glory above the twilight moors of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, the unknown. You may have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused her invitation. Yeah. It would be safer you decided to remain on the journey you knew. Yeah, so that's exactly what you dared to do here. You dared to go on into the unknown, on meeting the stranger within, the stranger in you and around you, going beyond the veil and into the shadows, the depths of yourself. It's amazing. So this may also be seen as an invitation to step in even deeper into that path of the ancestral wisdom. I wouldn't be surprised for some of you if there's been either like, it could be everything from a high priestess education to a shamanic, to a tarot, to astrology, to tantric, but if there's some sort of old ancestral spiritual path the druidic path, for example, that if one of them have been kept coming up, like either in your meditations, in viewings, tarot readings, or through, commercial spirits sending you emails with stuff you didn't even know you prescribed for. Yeah, let me know in the comment box, but there's a invitation to step even deeper into that wisdom here, and also a manifestation coming with the work you already done. Okay, I'm gonna draw some more cards. Okay, so for pile number 2, what kind of how will this manifestation and breakthrough look for? Ace of Cups next to this beautiful water. It's almost like an Ace of Cup here too. Look for pile number 2. Oh my god. I want to be your friend's pile number 2. I can feel how I admire the path you're on and what you're doing. Can you see those cards? Just so keep trying to learn how to. So it's yeah, you have the Chariot and the Ace of Cups. When I asked about your breakthrough and your manifestation, we already know that this is about you being on some sort of quest or path, and it could be an inner wisdom path that mostly is about your self-development and the shadow work you've been doing. With all this kind of movement and physical cards here, I do feel that for some of you it's been both, and I mean usually it is some way or another, but it's been both a deep inner walk path, and it's been just 1 second. Yeah, it's been a deep inner path, but it's also taken you on a journey where you might have intuitively known that journey would kind of force you into really trusting your own compass and your own instincts, and also taking you more on a solitude journey. Mamma mia. It's a bit better. And then now I think for some of you have been feeling really empty. Well, you felt either like you're at the crossroad, or a bit fatigued and unsure. And for those of you who are starting to feel drained and unsure about the path ahead, Spirit is coming in telling you here that you are so on the right path, and it might not feel like it at the moment, but that just because you need to give yourself a bit of rest and listen in. if you're not already, it's the full moon today or tomorrow while I'm recording this. If you're not already finding yourself feeling that breakthrough moment on the peak, it's just because you still have a bit more walk to do here, which is in the near future. And again, you have all the resources you need to find that peak within you, and you're being guided, strongly guided by your spirit team and spirit animals, and by your, your inner knowledge, because you know this way of the land. You just have to trust it. That was maybe a bit not so precise though. And then with these new cards that I drew from this tarot deck, the manifestation with the Chariot here too, you're just like riding into victory. It's gonna feel like a really emotional victory, like an emotional win, and an emotional relief. Salmon jumping. Yeah, such an abundant card. New moon. If you were manifesting, putting out your intentions this last new moon, or even like I mentioned in the intro, putting out your intentions and working on something, the 8th of May, the last Taurus new moon, think back to those days, both what happened in your life, what choices you made, what you were hoping for, wishing for. I'd bet that for some of you that's really connected to what's coming to fruition now, and what's becoming clearer and what's being manifested in your life. We see here with the strength, you are such a strong soul. In this druid deck, the boar it's both a symbol of actually abundance and strength, and being a country where they don't have bears. There's one of the toughest, most wild animals to hold. I know usually it's a lion, but it's a really interesting card. So she stands here. She put down her swords. She learned. She's standing fully in her own strength. Some of you might have a animal guide as a real animal following you on your path, or just this really strong connection to a spirit animal. So this is the energy you learn to tap more and more into on this journey, on the way of the land. The old wild woman, wild man strength in you, and also the wisdom that's there. I feel like you learned how to, almost every time you're unsure about the next step, you have found ways to check in with yourself, rather than relying on purely your head, and basing the next choice you do on what seems like the most rational, smart choice to do. You learned how to tap into your heart and your inner wisdom and make the choice from there, which is really, really different from purely making choices based on rational choices based on what we have learned. Because if you want to step into the new, right, we have to be able to go out of that. We have to be able to go out of the old conditioning and programming that we have in our minds. I think the manifestation coming in for some of you, I'm going to draw a bit more on that, is regarding the path getting easier, as in coins finally, money, work finally flowing easier in your life. It's been a trial of strength, and it's been such a, from spirit's point of view, such a beautiful journey that you've been on. But for yourself, it might have been really exhausting at times and really hard to know how to make it from the next day to, from one day to the next. You managed to do that though, and although Eight of Cups also can speak about that feeling of still having empty cups, you're like climbing this mountain here, and it's abundant of water. The cups are just waiting to be filled. So actually, to kind of tell the full story, I think we should do this. But then they're not seen. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust the camera a bit here. I hope you can see a bit more now, pile number 2. So the manifestation you're coming into here is going from having to constantly be tapped into your strength and your inner wit. I mean, keep going with that, that's great, don't lose it. But you're going from that everyday struggle in the unknown to finally having your dream coming in. I just want to know a bit more about that. So, let me know a bit more. What sort of blessing, breakthrough, manifestations is coming for pile number 2? Bottom of the deck, the Empress and the Queen. Yeah, sorry, I just know that these cards want to come out. It's a blessing that you felt like you really had to balance, and a manifestation that you really felt like you had to balance a tightrope to get to. And there's still going to be an element of that, but it's going to come in with so much more pleasure and ease. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but to me, she looks quite at ease, right? Like, what she's doing is hard, but she's doing it with beauty, with ease. And she's being guided. She's spinning her net. So I think there's a financial gain message of fire. There's gonna be an offer coming through to you. An 8 of water. It's that kind of, as the saying is, your ships are coming in. There's finally a message coming through to you, or as an offer, actually, either regarding work or regarding a place to live, or regarding something solid, something physical that really will help you fully live the life that you've been fighting for now, for a long time, and that you've been actually so brave in that you dare to go on this path, this walkabout, this lay of the land path, and letting go, leaving even things that you loved, even people that you loved, or you know, like if it was a physical journey, maybe you had to leave a lot of physical things, books, you know, like furniture. It's again, it's just stuff, right? But it's still, it's that thing of like leaving so much of what used to be your life and daring to continue on the path only with yourself and what's really essential, and to meet that stranger both within and on the journey like you done. So that's what's bringing in this manifestation. And the way I see this is a major with the Emperor and the Empress here. This is finally like a financial, or if it's not exactly around money coming in, it's work or place to live, or what do you call it? Yeah, there's some sort of offer. So if it's not directly money coming in, it's an offer that will help you finally stepping out of this two of coins place and step into your inner Empress or Emperor and shine your light like the Queen of Fire here. For some of you, what you really want to manifest is a creation. It's something that you create or make or help the world with. And this journey that you've been on has been a huge part of that, because you wouldn't have been the same person that you're now without it. It molded you into that gem, that gemstone that you are, that you have become. Yeah. Is there any more messages here for pile number 2? You have the 8 of water twice, by the way, or 8 of cups. In this card, it's like she's already seeing the ship coming in, and she have her, oh, you can't see what I'm doing. So this one's, in this card, she can already see the ship coming in, and she have her casket, case, full of pearls, her riches, her abundance. In this card, the path is a bit more like these figures know she or he needs to go up there, but they still don't fully see the result yet. So there's a progress just through these 2 cards as well, and there's an inner knowing in most of you when you dare to trust that ship is coming in. You are just about to reach the peak of this manifestation, of this journey. So trust that, and expect it. Expect abundance and riches and help to come into your life now. Yeah, that's it for this pile. Thank you so much. Pile number 2. Sorry I don't fully see your cards here. I guess I should have just put all of them a bit further this way. Okay. Have a beautiful full moon Friday, and lots of love and luck on your path. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You chose the beautiful Moon Maiden card with card number 41, which breaks down to 5. and new beginnings. I just want to hold it so you can fully see it. It's beautiful. It speaks to me about breaking through with the creation, having like the breakthroughs that are coming to you for this Taurus full moon has to do with you having worked really hard on becoming a new you, or working hard on a project that you for now, either a project or just a new version of yourself, that you for now kind of kept hidden to the world, like you've been barely, daring to believe it yourself. It might have been also just feeling good to have that part, to nurture it for yourself before you kind of put it out there for, for the rest of the world's scrutiny. This card speaks of getting to that point, that breakthrough point, where either a creation or a part of yourself that you cultivated and that have changed is ready to break through. It's ready to be seen, ready to step out on the stage with something, unless you are an artist, unless you're an actor. That might not apply to you, but more like metaphorically being ready to spirit saying that's something that you for now have been guided to just keep for yourself. Now is that moment is coming where you're ready to show that, to be that. I feel drawn to reading a bit, because I know there's such a beautiful message, and it's not always that the text and the images feels, it's not always that they feels like they offer the right view in a reading, but with this card now I feel like there's some beautiful message here, and it beginnings and curiosity, but it's this part where the secrecy was important, for it protected your new face and kept what was precious close to your heart. But now it is time to come forward in full splendor. Announce the new you to yourself first. Reveal it slowly to the world like the waxing moon. Allow others to be surprised by how mature and grown up this side of you is. Now it's time to set yourself free. The Moon Maiden belongs only to herself, and she is summoning the parts of you that challenge convention, that refuse to be intimidated, and that cannot be tamed or put inside a golden cage. The Moon Maiden invites you to shine with your own light, to have radiant curiosity, and to ask anyone who offers you a mouthful of dogma, why do you believe this is so? Question everything others assume is a given, and do not collude with the dogma around you. Yeah, so basically the message I felt was, I just wanted to read from it, was that part about you announcing yourself, and also that powerful part about when we change, about trusting no others above that, and also that beautiful part that you've been through, where you actually almost like creating a baby, where we sometimes people choose to do that a bit, obviously secretly in the start as well. It's this part of like having kept your creation to yourself so that you could be strong in yourself when you put it out there, so that now when you show it, or when you show yourself as your new self with your new identity, no matter what people say, you will know that it doesn't matter what they say, basically. And to really have that rebel heart, I also think it's a beautiful card for this Taurus full moon, because it's like it's such a pleasurable card. Although she looks to be underwater, she looks really satisfied, and yeah, with this like beautiful dress and feathers. And again, Taurus is all about both being comfortable and choosing, you know, pleasure and pampering beauty, like the physical beauties of life. So yeah, or something there. Let me see what else. So can we get a animal guide for the breakthrough? What breakthroughs are coming? Oh la la. To pile number 3. There was a reading I did recently where the frog showed up as well. Also, she looks to be submerged in the water. And I mentioned how, as well as being a sign of deep intuition and being in contact with your emotional body and your consciousness, unconsciousness, it's also a lucky symbol for me. And then here you got divine guidance and blessings. Oh yeah, you've been advised to, and you've been listening to that, to garden, to be gentle to yourself, nurturing yourself in a quiet and kind of hidden way while you were becoming the you new or creating this new endeavor. One more card from the stack for breakthroughs. No. This one. Yeah, protecting treasure. Exactly. It's such a layered card. We'll come back to that, but it's like both of these cards speaks about the same. It's almost like you climbed the whole mountain without telling anyone, and now you're almost at the top. I have a lot of mountain metaphors, and I guess it's because I love hiking in the outdoors, so it just comes naturally. But it's you kept this to yourself, whatever either adventure or inner transformation. For most of you, this is a inner transformation or a creation that you've been working on tirelessly, but you haven't, you felt guided to keep it secret, or you just haven't felt like sharing it yet. And this is a message that also you are safe and protected in it, and it is safe for you to emerge now, to have this breakthrough, and to start to show the world the real treasure. I want to say the real treasure that is you. Also feel for you, pile 3. I'm gonna draw one of the Isis cards. So what Isis what advice do you have for pile number 3? Oh, it's 2. Life restored. Priestess of the Phoenix. Yeah, it's a really transformational card. And Temple of Black Obsidian, the Dark Healing Chamber. Wow. So if there's any residue in you now around, I mean, if you don't, if you listen so far and you feel like, wow, no, there's nothing, I'm an open book, everyone knows everything, I show, yeah, I speak about everything, and then this might not be a reading. This is for someone who's, for the last month been working kind of, you might show the other parts of you, but there's some new, really valuable part of you or creation that you haven't been showing many people yet. You might have told a friend or two, but most it's been in the hidden. It felt safe for you to do it like that. So this is Isis guiding you here, that if you have any, let me see, if you have any sort of, just gonna put them here. If you have any sort of still resistance to starting this project in a way that it will be seen, or even to just speak about it, or letting people see this kind of newly discovered part of you, then there's a guidance here to go within. There's a beautiful ritual connected to this card, which is too long for me to explain now, but basically you could do the same with going in a deep meditation and seek, like, either ask for Isis to guide you or another ascended master or source spirit, and the real way this exercise is that Isis is guiding you through a chamber of obsidian. So it's all dark, it's all like a dark black pyramid, but before you enter it, it's like you go to this forechamber that's all consisting of rose quartz, and then you're guided through the ritual to soak up all the all the love, all the gentleness and caringness that you can from the rose quartz, and like fill yourself with that energy. I'm explaining it now anyway. And then also in the ritual, it says that if you want it, Isis is giving you, so that's something else to visualize, and a bottle of her golden energy. So it's like another thing that you can have with you into this chamber of darkness. So when you enter that chamber, it's like the guidance and the ritual is that you know that it will be all black around you, it will be all dark, it's still totally safe, but also in that darkness, the only thing that will be illuminated or will come forwards to you is your shadows. And through doing that, it's like it gives you the possibility to embrace those shadows, to heal them with your with your love, with your rose quartz energy. So the reason I'm mentioning it is that if it's still inner wounding, inner parts of you that is holding you back now, even though you reach a point where you can rise as the phoenix and show your true glorious self, there might be resistance due to fear based on criticism in your childhood, things you have experienced, family and how they reacted before, that keeps you from it and keeps you kind of still stuck in the old you when you're around people. So if that's something that rings true to you, then I would guide you to do some sort of healing around that, to release it. And Life Restored, Priestess of the Phoenix, speaks about this again, this almost like stepping into this abundant new you, where you've gone through the fire and you are ready to just shine your light unapologetically. Divine guidance and blessings. So you are divinely guided, you've been guided, and you've been following that guidance with keeping things to yourself for now. And now the guidance is to, you don't need to rush anything, but to slowly introduce yourself, to slowly introduce that part to the world. You can still do it gently if you want. You are protected. But also if it's something where you know, if you should feel suddenly for doing it with a big splash, the way I see these cards, that's also, that's also divine, divine guidance. That's also right for you then. So, what's coming out here? Look at this. Queen of Wands, sitting on your throne, in your own power, letting it burn. I get that song, Let It Burn. It's like whatever other people thinks of the new you is none of your problem, or thinks of the new things you're doing, or the new hobby, or the new project. You know, let it burn. You're here for you. And with the cat there too, it's really, I see a new feisty, it's like you always had this beautiful kindness and softness to you, but I also see a new empowered, taking no bullshit from no one, power coming through here. So Spirit, what more can you tell me about this breakthrough and this emerging, that new beginning at pile number 37? This card came out in pile number 2 as well. Wow, that's so big cards. The World, Queen of Wands, the Chariot, and Princess of Cups. I mean, male or female, there's a really powerful feminine energy going on here. Empowered, feisty, creative, wise old soul. Prince of Swords. Let me get a clarifier on the Prince of Swords. So, with the Prince of Swords and the Five of Swords, again, the guidance here is for you to embrace this new you, and at the same time feel safe in it and feel like you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. There might still be that I see that for some of you, you're guided to do that healing on the part of you that used to feel like you had to explain yourself, that used to feel like whenever someone commented on something, it was an attack. It's like, use your mind wisely, and only, I see that that's what you're doing here though. You're kind of, sorry, I want one more. Yeah, in a way that explains for me what I was thinking. You're stepping into a place where you know that you don't need your sharp words that much anymore, and where you can be reflective, and where you know that whatever other people tell you, you don't need to take it for a truth. You're in your own power, knowing that you can listen and you can think whatever you want about it. And with the Prince of Swords here, it's still like, it's the energy of using, when you use your words sharply, it's with direction, and it's knowing where you use them. Yeah, but what? So basically, still have me a bit confused. I just, I kind of know what I want to say. I just want one more. Can you see those cards? You can't. So when you left your swords here, and you're breaking through as this new empowered you. Again, for some it's with the project, but for most of you it's a new you, as a new discovered identity, which, you know, ironically it isn't new, it's old. It's just you had to go through this phoenix rising almost process to get there. And also that's the thing, like for some of you, you've been going to that process so quietly and gently without telling many people about it, so that it's like when they suddenly see this empowered new you, and it's not that they didn't see some of your strength before, but they might have more seen the gentleness, the kindness, and, you know, not that much of the sharp mind and the more like sharp and feisty part of you. So when you're suddenly showing this part of you to your community, to friends, to your surroundings, for some they will possibly get a bit defensive, because they're reacting to who they think you should be, and also reacting to it's just hard for them to understand how you could, in their eyes, change that much. Although for you this isn't something that happened overnight, it's been going on for a long time. It's just that you didn't feel the need to proclaim it or to draw attention to it. So Spirit is saying, you know, just keep on that good work, and there's none of their business what they think of your transformation or not. And initially it's going to be good for them as well. It's just, you know, that kind of, just how it triggers others when we grow and when we change. There's also a financial gain here, and there's a new way of watching your, I'd say watching your finances, but a new way of seeing, looking at what you earn for the work you do, like just standing up for yourself even more regarding financial matters, making sure you get paid for the help you provide others with when it's work, making sure you get enough paid, and knowing your value and your true worth. And with justice coming in here too, that's just a confirmation again on this, you stepping out finally, like without your masks, without your layering, holding back your true essence. And now it's the YouTube algorithm that I keep forgetting about. It sucks. I don't understand why we can't show natural human bodies. Uh, but you coming out, ironically, now I'm covering you up, sorry about that. shining your light from within and having no filters around it, no no holding back there, is gonna put you in this lucky abundant position, and it's gonna draw in the right people and opportunities for you for what you are wishing to create. Even the things that are burning, or that you might feel are starting to burn around you, it's for the better. It's again that life restored energy, because sometimes false family patterns, or family or friends, or in any other way, when it's built on a false foundation, it needs to burn to the ground so that it can grow up in a more beautiful way. Princess of Cups, so you're still very much attuned. You're still this gorgeous moon maiden or moon man, tapped into your higher wisdom and your intuition, and I feel you have a big heart, like abundant love energy. So you're still just as much tapped into that part. It's just that, again, there's this other part of you that's been almost like it's been kept down for so long by yourself as well, before you discovered it and before it started to break through, which is this really empowered, still just as loving and well-wishing for everyone. It's just she's no longer, it's kind of the transition from, with Maid Mother Crown, it's kind of the transition from the maiden to the mother. And we're, in some way, we're always the maid and the mother and the crone. So it's like also inhabiting the mother and the crone, that wisdom that makes you know that sometimes it's only tough love, that the only way to love someone sometimes is through tough love. The only way to truly show up is to put your boundaries. So this whole new transforming you is what's bringing you the world and the Chariot card. It's a fast movement forward. And if you have felt misunderstood and felt kind of treated differently because people misunderstood you, there's gonna be an evening in the karma here, and you're gonna either receive back, or just in the way of people suddenly giving you back the respect that you deserve. Should we? Can we have one more message, please, for pile number 3 about this breakthrough and how it will look? Yeah, this is what's got you here in the first place. With 2022, Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain. You've been alchemizing and transforming, so purging so much pain into beauty, into the new you. But you've been doing a lot of it on your own, without complaining or telling anyone. 11 and 22, come on. Master numbers. You're a master. You're a master in your craft as a healer or channeler, or as a creative. Eye of the Eagle, rising above the fray. Two messages coming now at the end with this. One is that this kind of new you puts you in a position where you're able to do that. You're able to kind of go up and take an overview, think before you speak, but also see things from a higher perspective, and rising above people thinking they know how you should be, or judging your life without knowing anything about it really. It's an eagle here too. But also you're gonna have, when you're stepping out, you're gonna have either a lot or just a few important eyes on you, because you're gonna be seen as this powerful queen or king, this powerful being that you are. And that's gonna draw attention to you, but you are ready for that now. And here too, it's like almost the charm, that's the eye of protection, or the eye of evil, that's used for protection against evil. So the spirit realm has you, they're protecting you, you're safe, safe to break free and soar. Okay, pile number 3, that was your breakthrough message for this full moon. It's exciting, and feel free to comment in the comment box below if any of this is like ringing true for you, and to like and subscribe if you like this reading. I'm a fan of your work without knowing you. This is all, tons of respect. And have a beautiful full moon and a beautiful weekend. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. It's the first time here I have a pile number 4. You chose the card Skywriting with the Fates, card number 49. And the Fates in Norse mythology is this 3 goddesses basically, who's also very close to the symbology again with the mother crown, but there's these 3 goddesses, the Norns, who's weaving the fates of the people, and they also exist. The fates also exist in the Greek mythology, just in a bit of a different way. So this card with the what is this full moon in, almost at Aries, full moon in Taurus. What breakthroughs is this full moon in Taurus bringing you? I got really foggy when I started this reading, and I also felt suddenly really self-conscious, which, at times definitely could be me, but I'm also feeling it might be a bit connected to whoever's drawn to this reading, because the card in itself speaks of that you are at the point now where fate is taking over in a way, and whatever's gonna happen right now is divinely guided and orchestrated, but it also speaks of a big or good opportunity coming your way through fate. But to actually take that opportunity, to get that opportunity, it demands of you that you dare to take a leap of faith, and that you dare to walk into it, which again, with this fatigue that I felt, that I just mentioned, and the self-criticism, kind of suddenly I got really aware of my hands being in the camera and how this angle make them look big, and I won't go into it, but it's like there might be that when this opportunity presents itself to you, or if it already has, there's part of you that want to hold back, not due to the hands not looking good enough, but due to you not feeling like you are where you should be at, or that you are ready or good enough, pretty enough, that you're too tired right now, like feeling like, oh, but I'm not sure if I can do this now. So just we'll draw more cards, but just based on this and based on that we're asking about your breakthrough, this is definitely a card saying you will have a major breakthrough as a major happening, a fated happening in your life. But for that to fully come, to fully transform your life, you will have to, accept the fate's challenge. You will have to say yes to it, to walk into it. So let's see what more is here. It's this again. It looks like almost like the cloud is a dancer. It's like dancing with the fate here. Playing a part in it, making sure you're weaving the path that you want together with faith. Okay, so what? Can we have some more information? What breakthrough or breakthroughs are coming now to pile number 4? Oh, dog. Just gonna make sure you can see. I generally draw one of this for each pile in this pick a card, but I just felt I should draw the top card as well, and it's the eagle. So yeah, we'll get the rest of the oracle cards going, but especially in this deck, the eagle is ready to grab its its fate, to grab its prey, to take the bull by the horn. Oh, okay. Let me see. That's a bit quick, Spirit. This one was 2 of the cards in pile number 3. However, I did shuffle them really well between every reading. I reshuffle, so I do see that there's a meaning to it. Metamorphosis, transformation, gentle gardener, and mountain. Then let me see. We have an angel card too for the transformation. Breakthrough is pile number 4 having right now. It's too many. I want one. What breakthrough are pile number 4? Again, I got 2. So you're guided here to the part of you that finds it hard to accept the fate's calling or this opportunity that is coming to you. The part of you that's still afraid is a part of your inner child, or several inner childs in you. So you're guided to go into meditation here and talk with them, and to look at it, and to make sure that you get the whole you on board here for this new adventure or this new opportunity that's coming in, this breakthrough. Also regarding breakthrough, there's a metamorphosis that you've been in, a transformation. So this breakthrough, this offer from the fates coming to you is gonna feel, you're gonna feel like the butterfly emerging from your cocoon after a period of struggle, of both with the mountain here and of the gentle gardener, after I think what feels like a long wait for you, a long awaited wait, a long awaited victory. And also with this card showing up in pile 3, we'll see the rest of the message, but I do see that it might be that those two might be connected. It feels like it might be more messages here for pile 3 and the other way around. So feel free to check out pile 3 if you feel for it. I'm gonna jump into the tarot cards. Just gonna have spirit. What sort of fated happening are we talking about? What breakthrough is this? Listen to the internal song of your soul, tune in and learn to trust it. A message is trying to reach you, be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to find and touch you. So there's this communication going on here where, now I'm just saying fates because it's easier, but where spirit, where however you perceive it, the universe wants to co-create with you, and your journey so far has put you on this divine aligned, this divine position right now where you can bring something into fruition, where the fates can do their part of it and really help you, move you quickly to your divine timeline. So the guidance regarding that and is, as I said first with this card as well, is you need to be brave in the way that you need to trust it, even if you feel like you're not ready, even if you feel like there's part of you that's not ready for it or is scared of this new step. Because you're really guided here to both co-create and listen to the universe and to the message and the guidance that they're sending you, and also to listen to yourself, to your heart, tune in and learn to trust. And also here with the meditation, this kind of just flows together as of what, oh look at that, as of what spirit is advising you to do to fully be able to step into this opportunity, this breakthrough that's coming. And with dog and eagle here too, dog spirit is, of course, it's a big symbol of loyalty. It's such a loyal, loving, warm, gentle companion. But in this setting as well, it's with the eagle. So I feel a message here could be that the dog doesn't look at us and choose to love us or not love us based on where we have our shadow sides or based on how we look or how good or not good we are at something. It loves us for who we are, and that's it, kind of thing. Like, of course you have to be or we should be as loyal and friendly back to them. But the message in this, I think, is also to accept your fate, to accept your path, that highest path calling you, that might also seem like the most dangerous path, and a path that you might some days feel ready for and other days highly doubt that you ever will be ready for. To accept it the same way your dog, or if you're used to dogs would accept us with open open paws, and like with that gentleness and faithfulness, with trust, and to set your to have an open heart and a gentle heart like the dog, and still set your eyes, which you probably already have done, to still have your eyes on your prey, on what you want to achieve. Just be open for that the wind and the direction might, like sometimes the universe, sometimes we think we know the path, and then there's even a better path out there that we just didn't know about, or there's a better solution to something. So there's this constant co-creation and trust that you're being advised to do here, to get your breakthrough, where you still use your higher sight and your intuition, and your loyalty, but at the same time give yourself the chance to tap in both and listen to yourself and to spirit. Yeah, that's another in this druid way of druid deck for the animals. Another keyword for the dog is guidance, which of course makes sense. So again, this is spirit guides guiding you, even if you feel like the path calling you, this opportunity that's coming now is a bit of a path in the unknown. You'll be strongly protected and guided. Okay, so this has been a hard and long struggle, where this fates, this destiny moment is intervening now, is in a part of your life that felt empty and hard in some ways. It felt like constant struggle, and usually I see this card more as a victory because you're getting at the top. I'm not saying you're not getting your victory either, but it's just today for me, I see it more as that hard. It's more his expression and this hard struggle to get there, the relentlessness and the tiredness from it. So fate or spirit is actually telling you right now to leave this fight mentality, this struggle mentality, and they're also acknowledging that you've been in a position where it's really hard to not be in that mentality, because there's been in this 3D realm, it's been a general struggle to have enough coins, to have enough financial, to have enough money, to not just worry about the day-to-day life, and to constantly, keep badgering on with it. Also, you've been standing, in some ways I see that you've been standing in your own way here, with the own like inner triggers and inner obstacles holding you back. So the guidance regarding that is to give it to spirit, give it up, because with 2 of Wands here, you are, and 2 of Wands, and yeah, I don't know what else was saying the same for me, but it's this feeling of that you are ready to step out of that struggle position, and even in this 5 of Cups, it's like he has these 2 cups. It's just 3 of the cups that's empty. Still have these 2 cups here behind him. It's water all around him, and there's otter, as it called, I think, chasing the salmon, and then, which is in a way it's a way of life, but you're encouraged to look for the playfulness in life here, because the playfulness and the wisdom. Salmon is also viewed as a symbol of wisdom, and otter has this amazing ability to playfulness. So even if the cups might still feel quite empty, and there's still real real things around you that easily would make you feel like you're in this 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups states, put yourself above it whenever you can, and see what you do have, which is easier said than done sometimes. And make sure you put in playfulness, and you put in things in your life that helps you move as much as possible out of this, and also to not identify yourself with it, like regardless of your situation, your financial situation at the moment, or emotional situation. If you feel down, that's totally human and natural, and in one way it's a beautiful part of our life, how we can feel all these emotions so deeply. There's a lot of water, well, there's not a lot, maybe, well, here it's water behind the dog as well. So it's this kind of like surrendering and embracing of your emotional state, being a gentle gardener to yourself, and also listening to what's in the depth of your own waters. If you've been already soaking in those deep waters and just feeling, all the unpleasantness, or the unsatisfied the things you're I don't know why I can't talk right now. The things you're unsatisfied with, if that's been the main emotions driving you, again, there's this message about acknowledging that emotions can change anytime, and they're part of you, but they're not you, and they're flowing and they're changing. So to get to this, to fully walk through the door of this new opportunity, you are encouraged to even if it's for 5 minutes in a meditation, really feel like you're giving up the struggle, like you're giving it up to spirit or the universe, and like just stay in the trust the faithfulness that you are protected, you are looked after, and something better will come back to you. Yeah, to step into this state of the Princess of Cups, this balance of inner high heart wisdom, groundedness, tapped into your emotion and your intuition. This, even like I said, if it's just for a few minutes at a time, this feeling of stillness, of where you just allow. When you do that, you'll be able to move from, that's a part of this breakthrough and the fates. You'll be able to move from that constant juggling, struggling with the financials or another situation that's been on the physical realm hard for you. It's almost like a stormy sea here. You'll be able to move from that into the Ace of Wands, which with the stag here, it's beautiful. He's, you know, tapped into his heart and his intuition. It's a symbol of, and this is a, well, it's not a Capricorn, it's Taurus, but still it's like this feeling of really standing anchored, standing your ground and following your high vision. Ace of Wands, there's a Ace of Wands in this one. There's skywriting, there's good news coming to you that will help move you into this state. But again, you are encouraged to play on the same team here and do as much as possible to lift your own frequency. And definitely, if you in some way or another have been a lot in the, what do you call it, victim mentality, of course bad things can have happened to you, that's not your fault, and I'm not saying that you should, you know, like take responsibility for things that wasn't your fault, but if a lot of crappy stuff happens, or we're just stuck in a loop where it's hard to get out, it's so easy to start to identify us with it, and it's so easy to start to just live that as that's your truth, and associate yourself with that, like, no, things are never going my way, or I'm always like this, or I'm always gonna be poor, I'm never gonna get my life together. That's a part of a victim mentality, because even if that's been a part of your past, if you keep saying that, you keep creating that for your future. So again, that's stepping into both that trusting, the braveness, and the trusting, loyal heart of the dog, knowing that you're being guided, together with the high view of the eagle, to kind of move yourself out of that position. And what's gonna happen for you with that change of fates, with this breakthrough, and you taking power over your situation, is a feeling of a rebirth. It is a, you know, in many ways a rebirth for you, where you're stepping out as it's again those naked kind of rules on YouTube maybe, where you're stepping out as a new you, feeling like you're connected to your inner child again, with rabbit here, it's also like a really fertile, and fertile I mean in any sense, both physical but also money wise, creativity wise. Mistletoe. It's like, and trumpet reminds me also of the card of the, it's both the card of the justice in a way and this card of the rebirth. So you'll have a new chance at life, as long as you're brave enough to let go of staying in this past you, and to do what you can to take new choices and to follow the guidance and your own inner guidance. You're gonna get a new chance at life here. It's gonna change your whole life. You're gonna come out of it as this beautiful butterfly. Okay. So let me see. One last card that explains more about this breakthrough coming to. The netcaster. That's my dog in the background, by the way. Speaking of dogs. Preparations come to fruition. So this card is so gorgeous in many ways. And it speaks of repairing the nets, repairing the holes of your, of yourself, of your wishes. If you want to catch the fishes, if you want to catch your dreams, your manifestations, you need to look at this spiritual net, look at yourself in your life and see where are the holes, where is it something that needs to be repaired so that I can catch or receive, I'd say receive the abundance that's ready to come in. With this card and this card 42 as well, I'd say that there's not much. This is speaking of where you've been, and all you need to do now, emotionally and energetically, is more like open your arms and open yourself, open yourself up emotionally, spiritually, to receive, and to the possibility that you can receive, and to that your life can change. I'm just gonna take a quick look at that card. Yeah, it also says as an under headline, a surprise, a result beyond expectations. The netcaster arrives to tell you to stop praying for the fish. They have arrived. Yeah, that's what I was saying, or trying to say. It's like, it's already here, this opportunity. And if you don't see it, it's just around the corner, but you need to energetically open yourself up to that, up to the receiving part of it. Yeah, also, and it's time that you cast your net lest they swim away, is a bit what this card is speaking about too. Like, it's time that you open up to receive and to go through that kind of doorway of change, of an opportunity, before it passes you by. It has been so long since your prayers were answered that you've forgotten how to receive. Yeah, that's what I felt this was talking about. Heaven and earth are in perfect alignment for your victory. The stars are positioned for success. The only one who can spoil the perfection of the moment is you. And then again, I almost feel like for you, Pile 4, I wish I didn't say that part, because I feel like for some of you watching, you're really easily judging yourself. So please, although this is kind of like an opportunity that is a one, it's coming, when it's coming, you should leap, you should take it. Also, be gentle to yourself and know that if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You won't be able to destroy it simply by, you know, not paying attention for 5 minutes or a day. But you can lose it by being too much in doubt. Like, do I really deserve this? Like, if you stay stuck in the sabotage, inner victim mood, you won't see the opportunities when they arrive. Wow, yeah, so pile 4. This message might have felt a bit heavier for some. Like, it definitely was a brutal honesty here. I personally prefer that though. And still remember to take in everything, because the full message here is that you are strongly guided both from yourself, your higher self, and spirit. And the universe is going to present you with the opportunity now that really has the power to change your life. But you are a co-creator, so open up and embrace that change so that you can have this change and rebirth that you've been longing for. And that's a really big breakthrough, pile number 4. It's a rebirth. It's the biggest breakthrough you can have, and basically saying that you're ready to cast your net and, you know, get what you're wishing for. So with that, I'm gonna finish this reading. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this reading or the other readings, please like and subscribe. If you have something to share, feel free to share it in the comment box below. And have a beautiful full moon weekend, and hope I see you another time. Bye.